Welcome to another edition of The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. It's everything about the outdoors. Take it away, guys.
Good morning. Welcome to the Good Outdoors radio show here in Valdosta, Georgia. Man, I got something little tick in my daggum headphone this morning. What that is. How you doing, Steve?
Doing good. A little wet this morning when I come out the door. Raining pretty good in Hayhira, but I did notice as the further south I got, the less it was raining.
We actually had a little bit of rain there at the house last night. I saw when I come out this morning anyway. So yeah, we need it, man. We need more of it. I don't know if it's coming. I haven't looked yet. I haven't looked to see if it's coming, but I will look. Maybe. I don't know where Ronnie's at. Maybe he'll be here in a minute. Maybe he'll have the Rusty Nut weather report because
he might have rusted slap shut.
I think he's pulling in there now.
Just get in when you can, Ronnie.
What was his weather report? He thought it was going to rain all day, didn't he?
No. Yeah. Well, he said that it would come in about 4 o'clock this morning was his prediction, and
hey, man, he was pretty much right.
Yeah, I think he said it was going to rain really hard, though. That'd be the only part he was off a little bit on. Cause I don't think it.
Wait a minute. He didn't say where it was going to rain really hard at.
Yeah, that's true too.
So he's probably right.
We'll have to assume he's talking about right here on the station, but I don't know. It wasn't raining. It was sprinkling a little bit though. Come to think of it, when I went to bed, but it was raining pretty good in Hayhire, not hard but steady. So.
Well,
I just think that from what I saw yesterday, that low pressure system pushing up in the Gulf, they were thinking it was going to keep it pushed up above us, the hard stuff anyway. So.
Looking at it just as a preliminary here, it looks like it's going to stay north of us again. So I don't know.
Who knows?
We need some rain, man.
Yeah, we do. It's getting dry again, man. It's I don't know what it is. It's sure been some dry seasons the last few years.
Yes, it has. I want to touch a little bit on something. I was cruising some outdoor news this morning and found out in New Mexico, an animal rights group protest at a hunting convention. And they protesting a hunting convention in New Mexico on Saturday expressed outrage over an unrelated coyote hunting contest last year in New Mexico. What is wrong with a coyote hunting contest, really?
Oh, they were all up. They had one in Texas they were up in arms about too last year. You know, they had whoever could shoot the most coyotes in like a 48-hour period or something like that would win the prize or what have you. And, man, they were just all been out of shape about it. But that was predator control. You know, they were having a problem there, so that's one of the ways they did it.
These liberal freaks, I guess their cats and little dogs in the backyard aren't getting eaten by coyotes or something. I don't know. But let them get out there one time. And they'll say, hey, please come over here. Please come get some of these predators. That's what happens in Maryland. And Brad and them will be here next week, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. That's exactly what happens up there. You got these people up there that's dead set against hunting, but all their shrubs and everything's ate up in their yard. So they finally call and they say, well, hey, you know, how about you guys coming in here and hunting a little bit, you know, and taking some of these deer out so they'll quit eating my stuff. Anyway, this thing was organized by the Animal Protection of New Mexico. Around 65 people picketed outside the 2013 Predator Masters Annual Hunting Convention at a New Mexico Farm and Ranch Heritage Museum. And it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's fueled by most animal rights activists' distaste for the Predator Masters mission to promote the sport of predator calling. There's nothing wrong with predator hunting. Nothing wrong with hunting, period. Morning, Ronnie.
Hey, Bubba.
How you doing?
Phenomenal.
Better late than never.
Hey, that's what I say. It was raining out there, guys.
Blame it on the rain, yeah.
We did touch on that.
Whenever you start singing like that, something bad happens to one of your brothers.
we did touch on that a little bit. We stated that you were right. You said
I was listening.
I'm not going to say
I was listening while I was pulling in.
Right. I didn't say he was right.
You said
no, Stevie, you said I may possibly be right, and that's
you
close
may
enough.
Possibly be
that's
right.
close
that's
enough
right.
for me.
It probably did flood somewhere at 4 o'clock this morning in the radio listening area.
Actually, I said it was going to start raining about 4 o'clock. I didn't say what time it was going to flood.
He said it was going to be a frog strangler.
He did say it was going to be a frog strangler.
I said a toad strangler or a duck grounder, whatever you want to call it. That's exactly what I said.
I don't know. But anyway, this mess about them, picketing this animal rights groups picketing this hunting convention, that's just ridiculous. You guys need to stand up. I wish that had been close to home, because if I wasn't planning on going, I'd have went anyway.
Yeah, I've never been around a protest. I've got friends that have, but closest I've come was up at Piedmont one year. There was a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it a I guess it was a protest, but I don't think there was but about 9 people protesting. So
they don't take but a couple to do that.
They wasn't very well organized, and it didn't make much of an impact. And they were pretty much unceremoniously run out of there after a few minutes.
I hear you.
So.
And as I was strolling along a little bit more, I found also an expanded wolf hunt is flying through the legislature out in Montana. Mm-hmm. That tells you about the population of the wolf coming back so much, man. And I was cruising on Facebook the other day, Sunday night, I think it was, maybe, or Saturday night, or one of them times over the weekend. And there was this guy I'm friends with out, I don't remember his name. I mean, it was just somebody I'm associate with on Facebook.
You said friends.
Well, I am friends because you call him a friend on Facebook.
That's true.
He's an outdoorsman, so he's a friend. But he said he was riding along on his snowmobile, and 2 wolves crossed the path in front of him. He said one of them actually came towards them and got about 30 yards away. He said he never realized just how huge these animals were. So they were big.
Well, they are. They're out. It'll shock you. That was the first thing. I've only seen one in the wild up in Michigan, and it crossed the road in front of us, and that was the very first thing that you notice is the absolute enormity of him. It's when I first saw him, I thought it was a coyote, but as we approached and got close, he was trotting down the ditch. You were like, holy cow, look at the size of that thing. Yep. Just his whole head was just huge, and then, man, it just gives you an eerie feeling, probably much like the Yankees have when they first see an alligator down here. You know,
yeah,
it's you just think, God, that thing's ready to eat something. You know, and it better not be me.
I've never seen one in a wild. Have you, Darryl?
I hadn't either. I've
never the only one I've ever seen.
I haven't been out to where they live at, you know, in them areas to see them. But they're trying to get the season extended up here because they haven't killed enough wolves. He said hunters and trappers so far this season have killed fewer than 200 wolves. Wildlife officials are hoping to reduce the animal's population from an estimated 650 to around 450. And the goal for this is to reduce wolf attacks on livestock and help some elk herds that have been declining due to wolf attacks. So see, predator hunting.
Mm-hmm. And elk is a sitting duck for a wolf. Elk are not really
not real fast.
They're not real fast, not real agile. They're so big, so they're pretty. You know, a pack of wolves can take an elk down fairly easy. Especially calves. You know, elk calves, they don't have much of a chance at all nowadays. They'll get ate up really quick, like a buffet.
Yep. a buffet. Neil Almighty.
They just sit out. They sit down there on these. They just stake out these valleys. These wolves do. They just sit there on these little cliffs overlooking the valleys where the elk feed. A wolf is a smart animal. If you've never researched how smart they are, they hunt in packs. They hunt in unison. They have a plan when they go down there. They don't just run down there all willy nilly like a coyote does. And they got a plan. They're very successful, very accomplished hunters, and that's why their numbers are growing. So they got to have a predator, and that predator is called Steve, Darryl, and Ronnie. And
that's
absolutely.
right.
I'm an
and many others.
I'm an enemy.
I'm an enemy. There's that daggum sound again in my headphones.
It only does it whenever you talk sometimes.
So I guess I need to stop talking now.
A faulty cable, our producer extraordinaire says.
Darryl Sample Jr., the quail killer.
The quail killer, yeah. There was some jealousy going around the Black Crow studio yesterday, Darryl.
About what?
JP was gave a comment that, well, I heard that y'all took Darryl on the quail hunt. And I said, yep. And then I realized he was really saying, why didn't you take me on the quail hunt? That's what he was trying to say in plain English. So,
he doesn't quite do for us what Darryl does.
Not quite. No, he's very helpful young man.
Very helpful. No, I'm not selling him short, but
helped me cut 4 commercials yesterday and has been very cooperative and helpful. So we'll have to get JP out there on the hunt one day. There'll be more quail hunts to come.
Samples is one of the brothers from the other mothers, though.
Yeah, Darryl gets up early in the morning with us.
Shake that microphone a little bit.
That better?
Actually, is.
Okay.
Wow. I told you to kick it if I thought it was going to be
hit it a little bit. How about
that? I told you. If
what
you can't,
in the world?
Oh, now you really did it.
I did some kind of noise. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
if you can't fix it with a hammer, it's an electrical problem.
That was the Rusty Nuts live action weather report going off over there.
It actually was.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
Jim Cantori, whatever his name is.
He's just getting ready.
Yep.
Goodness. Got a frog in my throat this morning. All that rain out there, got the frogs moving.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna get into some supplemental deer feeding talk this morning, because right now is the time of the year to start helping the deer out. There's not a lot for them to eat out there right now. It's the dead of the winter. Everything's killed off. All the acorns are gone now. There's just not a lot for them, and they're in a stressful period of time, even down here in the South.
Stevie, what do you think about year-round food plots?
I think year-round food plots are a great thing. Yeah,
supplemental feeding.
Yep. And specifically, you need to be getting your feeders tuned up and get them ready for your. And when I'm saying feeders, I'm talking about your antler assisting growth feeders, for lack of a better word. You need to be pouring the protein out, getting ready to here in the next month or so, getting the deer accustomed to eat it, because they'll start hammering it, and that's what's going to grow them antlers. And then, of course, your feeders for your overall mass or general, feeding, supplemental feeding to keep the deer in your area and keep them healthy. Your corn and your things like that, and of course your annual food plots that you have out full time. You probably got some rye that's really kicking right now. Especially, it'll get a little rain, it'll shoot up some tender stuff, and then some mossy oak biologic and stuff like that you might have planted. But you got to keep deer out there in your feed out there in your area to keep your deer in there and to help grow them antlers. And there specific times of the year, deer need specific types of feeds, and maybe we'll get into some of the nutritional needs of deer. And I think a gentleman that can help us out with that might be calling in today, the Redneck Guru. I think he's going to call in sometime this morning, and he's got a lot of hunting products out there, and one of his things is feeders. He has a nice feeder that he has on the market there for putting supplemental feed out. And you wonder why Texas has big deer and has all these years. It's because they feed them, and they keep the protein and the minerals to them, and it helps the herd. It keeps the racks growing. Mm-hmm. And that's how they do it. So when we come back, maybe we'll get into a little bit of that. But you listen to 99.5 Kicks Country and the Good Outdoors. Y'all hang in there for 3 minutes. We'll be right back.
We're running out of time. We're drawing the line. This is our battle cry.
Huntin' is Good TV is an action-packed hunting show with a mission to secure our hunting heritage. Join Steve Nichols, Trey Weatherington, and Neil Armati each week as they hunt across the U.S. and Canada with pro athletes, actors, wounded warriors, kids, and regular old Joes who know hunting is good. Huntin' is Good TV airs on Pursuit Channel and is available on Dish Network Channel 240 and DirecTV Channel 604. For more info, visit huntingisgoodtv.com and follow on Facebook at facebook.com/HIG TV show. You can also use your high-speed internet connection to watch online by logging on to filmon.com at the airtimes posted on our website. And remember, hunting is good.
This is our battle cry.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta. Triangle Discount Corner is a true discount and convenience store located at the intersection of River Street and St. Augustine Road. It's very easy to zip in and zip right back out. Triangle Discount Corner is all about convenience and discounts. Ice cold beverages, coffee, snacks, last minute needs, or filling up that gas tank in a flash is what we're all about. Wheel into Triangle Discount Corner today and tell them you listen to the Good Outdoors on Kicks Country 99.5 and get you a nice hot cup of coffee for a quarter. But you got to get there before 9 a.m. That's Triangle Discount Corner at the corner of River Street and St. Augustine in Valdosta. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the Good Outdoors. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors.
What the?
What, y'all was discussing something? Y'all were discussing something about Bulldog a while ago? What's that?
Bulldog?
Yeah.
Oh, that Ronnie just cracked me up. He said, "Oh, you better watch out. Bulldog's going to the gym." And I just fell out of my chair laughing. That's just funny to be right there now. Bulldog at the gym. What the heck's he going to do there? Sit there, yak his flapping
Exactly.
dog?
What's he going to do there? He doesn't really need to go there. He's already tip-top shape.
Woo!
If round's a shape, yeah.
Ronnie, did you see him with a shirt off? Because if you did, I ain't going fishing with you guys.
You might know things about Bulldog that we don't know.
There's a lot of places I could go with that, but I'm just not going to do that. Because of the way you guys would take that.
I got to remember. I keep telling him, so I got to remember. I changed his name. His name is Puppy Dog. That's his name. It's Puppy Dog.
No, if you've ever seen him set a hook on a bass, it's Bulldog. He does not get cheated on a hook set. Yeah. He'll turn the boat over, buddy.
He's got to, because he's got them short. He's got them short little arms, and Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. He looks like a T-Rex up there with them little bitty arms flapping. So he's got to get a lot of leverage.
But them ain't arms, them's guns.
I've seen the man in the studio. What are you talking about?
Dude.
You got a puppy dog crush.
Wild Adventures called yesterday. They want their anacondas back.
And they call it puppy love. Puppy dog.
Does sound like a man crush right there.
Yeah,
I do. I'm going to tell you what. The man impresses me. It's not that I love him.
No, he does impress you. I agree.
You know what? I do. I almost.
Man crush. Man crush.
That's okay.
Oh, man. Ronnie.
Man crush.
He's a heck of a fisherman. That's all.
I'll give him that. I mean, you know, short, stumpy people got to do something, and he just knows how to fish. That's just his thing.
And mediocrely, he's not. I can't even call you tall. I don't know what I call you. Average size, skinny.
Taller than you and skinnier than you. That's what you could call me.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
That's I call lacking.
Anyway,
I didn't do all that.
Hey, special announcement. Everybody, make sure you tune in tomorrow. We have a special guest coming in with some turkey hunting trivia and a few giveaways. Some one sauce.
The heck was that?
Some one sauce and possibly some T-shirts.
I tried to do turkey with my tongue got tied.
Y'all pay attention early in the morning because we're going to start this early and see just how many people are listening.
Both of them.
Okay.
Both of them will be listening.
Both y'all call in if you get a chance.
Both y'all can call in the morning and listen one sauce.
That's right.
What's the number they call into?
229-253-0995.
You finally remembered it.
Mm-hmm. I was looking at it right there, actually. But no, I remembered it, too.
You like the president. You can't do nothing without a teleprompter.
Mm-hmm.
He can't hardly do that.
We'll see just how good he is tonight, won't you?
No.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. You got to watch it.
How can you not watch it? Can you not? If you don't watch TV, by God, you about going to watch it.
Yeah, if you're going to watch TV, you're going to watch it. Yeah, I agree with that. Unless you put in a DVD, it's going to be on every network out there.
I got the hopper.
The hopper. Yeah, I always watch. I've watched every State of the Union address because I care about my country. I don't know what you're doing over there, but I want to know what's going on.
I listen to you talk about 45 and a half minutes tomorrow about it, and I'll know everything that's going on.
Well, you're right. You'll be well informed. Appreciate that, Ron.
You won't have to worry about listening to all the lies.
That's exactly right. I'll filter it out. Tell you what you need to know.
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
We were going to talk a little bit about supplemental deer or feeding for your deer and turkeys this morning. So let's get on that right quick.
Let's go back to it, Captain Topic.
Yeah. Steve, I mean, you got any special things you like to do as far as supplemental feeding?
Well, I think the key thing I like to do is the timing of implementing a feeding program. If you've never done it, you can't go out there in the middle of the summer and start throw you up a feeder and expect the deer to come to it right away. They're not going to do it. In the dead of the winter, however, they will. You could put it in the back of a dump truck and the deer climb up in there and eat it because they're hungry. and that's the time to do it. So if you've ever dreamed about building a nice covered feeder with a tin roof on it and having the deer come eat out of it, if it's ever going to happen on your property, now's the time to get it out there because they need it. They'll come out there, they'll start eating it. So, but I like to mix in my supplemental feed with whatever my feed mixture that I feed the deer on a bulk basis is. So if it's just straight corn, which most people pour in the trough, which is by the way, not a good feed. There's not a lot of benefit for feeding deer just corn. So you got to supplement it with the right thing. You know, the Antler King products and stuff from Evolved Harvest and things like that. Mix it in with your corn and they'll get it. Cottonseed's a good high protein feed. Peanut butter mixing in there. Peanut butter's hard to deal with though. Plus you got the ant problem and that kind of thing. But
plus you want to eat it yourself.
Yeah, well, it's you can buy it in bulk from places if you look. But I mean there's no doubt that peanut butter puts a lot of weight and there's a lot of nutritional benefit from peanut butter to deer. It's just a little hard to handle in my opinion. But if you want to see some pretty amazing results, that's a good way to go. But again, I want to focus on the fact that now's the time to start doing that to get the deer coming to it. We've got a call coming in. We'll go ahead and take the call this morning. Good morning, caller. You on the air?
What's going on?
What's happening this morning?
Not much.
Is it raining?
It was. It's rained all night at work.
Yeah. Now, how much rain do you think's fell? Has it just been a steady drizzle, or have you seen any hard stuff?
It got hard probably around 11.
Yeah. I think it's going to be kind of spotty is what's going. Now, where are you at? What area are you at working?
I work right there off of 13.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Yeah, it was raining on and off different intensities on the way in this morning. So I don't know. I just hope it keeps raining because we need it. It could rain all day and all night tonight. That'd be fine with me.
Yeah, that peanut butter you're talking about.
Yeah.
Man, we put it out for the coons. I got a buddy that would go to somewhere in like Middle Georgia and get it.
Yeah.
And it would be like the stuff that was their cull.
Oh yeah.
And he'd get it by the pallet load. Man, we put that stuff out, and you'd be surprised what all go up to them things.
Yeah, a lot of wildlife eat it. It's got so much protein in it, and that's what they know that the animals. I don't think they eat it for the taste of it. They can sense in there what's good for their bodies and good for their nutritional value, and that's why they come to it. Now, let me ask you this: how did y'all put it out? What did y'all put it out on, or how did you deploy it in the field?
We cut the bottom off of it, screwed it into the tree. We took a nail and took the top and nailed it to the tree. Yeah. And just took it in there, changed it out when it's gone. You know, between the deer and the coons, even the bears, between all that, you know, it didn't last long.
Did you have a lot of problem with the ants getting on it?
No, it usually didn't. Once they find it, it'll last barely a day.
Right. Yeah, they eat it pretty hard. Now, when you say you screw it to the tree, it must have come in like a disc or a ball, or what was it? What was it in?
A jar.
Just the like the small cans you buy from the store.
Oh, so it was rejected jars, okay, or plastic things. I got you.
Yeah, we just took the top off, nailed it. I mean, we had some boards even set up. We put out 10 at a time at a spot. Yeah. That's the old coon hunting trick there.
Oh yeah, coons love it. Most all wildlife would sample the peanut butter. The only time I've ever seen it, they bought it in 50-gallon drums. Is the reason I asked that about the disc. And I've seen them sell peanut butter in hardened discs that you go up with. It's got a hole in the center and you nail it to the tree. And there's different ways. I didn't realize they were buying actual peanut butter containers.
Yeah, you buy it by the pallet. There'd be probably 100 cases on a pallet.
Right. That's pretty cool there. I like to see an old big long-nosed doe come in there and get her nose down in a peanut butter jar and get it stuck on there and walk around like that for a few days. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, we would, even with the coons, we'd have them, come in there and eat it.
Yeah.
And you could always tell when you shot them later on, they might be a mile away, but they've been in your peanut butter.
Yep, that's right. That's right. We appreciate you calling and sharing that with us.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, keep the hogs ready over there, too, by the way.
Man, they're about as ready as they're going to be. All that fine.
You think they're coming in there in the daylight pretty good?
We seen 7 down there Sunday.
Cool. Just keep me informed. We got to get ready to get some more corn over there, too, this week, don't we?
Yeah, it'll be gone probably in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, we'll set it up, man.
They had already hit one spot, so that spot's probably cleaned out already.
Appreciate it, Rhino. Be careful out there.
Bye, man. Take it easy.
All right, see you later. Talking about the peanut butter getting on the coons and all. There's I heard a guy years and years ago. You're not supposed to bait ducks by no means, but he was doing it and telling me about it. And what he was doing, he was taking molasses and mixing it with corn, and he was taking the corn and molasses and smearing it on the side of cypress trees out there in the water, and the ducks would swim around there in the water, and they'd inevitably brush up against the cypress and get the molasses on their wings, and when they flew back and forth to roost, the mother ducks would smell that molasses and be licking the feathers and getting that molasses off of them, and they would fly back, and all of the other ducks would follow them back, and he had ducks coming out his ears. So, so that peanut butter, I think it does. What my point was, I think the deer do the same thing, and the coons, they get it all over them because it's sticky, just like it is on us. And they get it on them, and they go back and they lay down, and then the other deer start smelling it on them, and they follow them around. You know, pretty soon you got 306 deer over there under your stand. So
we got a good place here. I've never tried this. Soybeans, by the way, I was going to say that first, is one of the best sources of high protein. But we have a place here just in Georgia. I've never really dealt with them, but I pulled them up here. It's Apple Valley Deer Feed. And they're up around, I think, Gray, Georgia, up around Macon. But, you know, they say that they have some really good 21%, 12%, 21% deer feed. So, you know, that's some pretty good stuff. Make a lot of theirs out of soybean.
Flint River Mills, FRM, you've seen the bags all your lives. They got a distinct logo. It's when I look at that bag, just something makes me think of Mr. Spearman's feed store in Hayhire there, you know, 100 years ago. But Flint River Mills over in Bainbridge, they make an excellent high-protein deer feed, deer mixture there that works real good. And but you can mix your own. You know, a lot of people do that. They study it. The Amish up in Ohio, Trey and I toured a deer breeding facility where a guy mixes his own feed, and I can't remember the numbers. Trey probably does, but the protein content of that feed mix is what was growing them insane racks on his deer. And I mean, a 1.5-year-old deer would be 170 inches, no joke. And it was genetics and the feed that he was mixing himself. You know.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and talk more supplemental feeding. You listen to 99.5 Kicks Country.
Everyone knows that Eagle Auto Repair in Lake Park, Georgia is the best place to get your vehicle back in shape and keep it there. But did you know they're also a certified U-Haul provider? That's right. If you are moving somewhere or pulling a car or truck and need help, Eagle Auto Repair can hook you up. No matter if it's local or long distance, we've got you covered. Might as well leave your car for service while you move. That's multitasking. Eagle Auto Repair, 321 Lakes Boulevard in beautiful Lake Park, Georgia. Stop by or give Ronnie a call at 229-559-1999.
Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Daryl's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree and they don't even see me.
Man, that Real Tree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Daryl, come on. We got to get this stuff planted. What's that? Hey, stop it. Real Tree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
Attention Outdoor Nations. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment, and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. We're talking a little bit about supplemental feeding for deer and other animals this morning.
No, we weren't. We were talking about getting mad at work. What are you doing?
Before we went to break, we were talking about supplemental deer feeding.
Yeah.
Not during the break. Not all the choice words and all that going on. But anyway, there's so many ways to do it. You can supplemental feed with soybeans, anything you want to, but you also need to plant this time of year a high protein type of food. You can plant it or you can supplemental feed it, either one, but you need to do something. Give the deer that extra push through the winter, start of the growing season for the horns, which will be in the next month and a half.
Mm-hmm. You picked it pretty good with soybeans.
And soybeans is the best one out there as far as high protein, but you know what? It's also the most expensive one.
Yeah.
It's high. Costs lots and lots and lots of money.
Oh, you want to be in the 16 to 20% protein range. That's the comment. And I want to repeat this because this is important. I bet you, I'd hate to know how many tons of corn are poured out for deer every year, and people thinking I'm doing a great job. I'm feeding the wildlife of corn. Corn
you're putting fat on them. That's all you do.
And you're not really doing much of that. No. It's not a good fat, but corn is commonly used as a supplemental feed, but it is one of the poorest types of deer feed available, and it should not be used as the only source of supplemental feed. Here's the reason: protein level 7 to 10%. 7 to 10%.
That's almost
a deer needs 16 to 20% for it to do him any good. Now, a deer can only digest, I think, about 21% at the time, or something like that.
21%.
The Amish feed mixture was way over 21%, and the reason it was is, I guess his theory is that he'll eat it all and he'll use the maximum amount he can gather from it, and then the rest will just be gone. So, but he made sure, that Amish guy made sure that deer had what he needed to be in optimum condition. And I mean, you walk out there and you see a buck that's 170 inches that weighs 280 pounds. I mean, just a beast. And then the guy tells you it's a 1.5 year old deer.
Yeah,
it is absolutely unbelievable.
But you can see where all the protein went.
Yeah, and then, of course, he's in a controlled environment. He's in a fence like a cow. He's fattening up. He's not out there running it off, like he would, in the wild. So that's a little bit of a misnomer. But it breeds. It starts improving the genetics of the deer and things like that. But that guy would he sold his deer to ranches across the United States, and if he had a 150-inch deer that was a 1.5 years old, it was totally useless to him, and he'd basically just give them away. They were of no value. 150-inch deer, 1.5 years old deer that probably the second year that he had his full, right, which would be his third year, he probably would have 170-inch rack, but he was useless to this guy. And man, Trey were like, I'll take all you want to get. We could get them back and turn them loose around Hayara, but you can't do that. So anyway, but 16 to 20% protein and a pelleted commercial feed, that's probably the easiest way to do it. Mix it in there with your corn, because that's what you're gonna have to do to get them coming to it. They're generally not going to just come to the supplemental the mineralized feed out of the gate. So you usually got to mix it with something. I've heard all kind of people use rice bran. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that. A lot of people have used that, and I've tried it before, just poured it out on the ground, and didn't really have any results. But it's again, when I poured it out, it was early in the deer season. about anything you pour out right now, if a deer is supposed to eat it, he'll eat it. I don't care if it's sweet feed, corn, oats, whatever it is, he'll eat it. I mean, there's out in Nebraska right now, I guarantee you there's cow feedlots where the farmers are pulling there and absolutely running the deer out of there off of their cattle feed, because they're hungry. There's 2 or 3 feet of snow on the ground out there, so nothing to eat. But they'll eat potato chips right now, Doritos, whatever you want to put out there.
I would too right now.
I know you would.
I tell you what, I wish I could tell all the deer out there that all the acorns are not gone. They are in my yard.
No, they're not all in your yard.
You can tell them.
They can come out here and eat all they want to. I'll take the picture.
You can tell them. They just probably ain't going to understand what you're saying.
They're going to have to wrestle the squirrels for them. But.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you ought to saw speaking of squirrels. We rode around for a minute on a golf cart. The squirrels were everywhere.
Is that when you drove by my house and screamed?
Go to bed, yeah.
Yeah, go to bed.
Well, the battery's about to die. Battery's about to die. We had to go. That's before I had to go back to work last night, by the way.
Bless your heart.
But again, if you mix your corn and your feed together out of the gate, when you start getting them come in, what you want to do over the period of time is start gradually decreasing the amount of corn that you've got in the mixture, and you want to wean them off and get them coming and eating just the good stuff there.
That's right. That's an excellent idea.
But that's where it's going to help you out a lot. So and then how much feed you put out,
Mineral sites?
One feeder per 300 acres located within or adjacent to adequate escape cover. In other words, if you're in the big woods, which is a lot around here, a lot of pine plantations and all, you want to have about 1, maybe 2 feeders per 300 acres is the proper, gauge of how much to feed your population. Now,
I personally don't agree with that. Well, one feeder for 300 acres. I mean, I personally
you're a lot smarter than Dr. James C. Kroll, University of Georgia. So
he's a biologist.
By all means, I am. I mean, there's no doubt.
James don't know what the heck he's talking about.
He knows that too. That's why he came to me when he wrote all these books and stuff. But no,
yeah, right.
I don't know that I personally don't agree. Is he saying? So what he's saying is one feeder with the high protein feed per 300 acres. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, now you got to understand something. All you're doing is feed your target with this supplemental feed is your bucks. Okay, so in the population of 300 acres, you're targeting feeding your bucks.
There's a sign on it that says no does allowed.
No, it's not that. They're going to eat it too, and they're going to benefit from it too. But your management plan in that model is to take care of your bucks. They can't possibly have. Yeah, in 300 acres, you're only going to have so many bucks.
Right, but you're also going to have so many other deer eating this. That was my point. And yeah, if your herd is right and you're a 2-to-1 ratio or a 1-to-1 ratio, I agree with that. But if you have the ratio like we have here that is normal, no, I can't see you doing one feeder for 300 acres.
Doesn't say how big the feeder is.
Well, that's my point. That's irrelevant. The deer density, the population, all that it doesn't matter how many deer you have on the 300 acres. You're going to feed those deer on that one feeder per 300 acres. If you have to fill it up every day, or if you have to fill it up once a week, right. it's still the same thing. So, but that's just that's just the thing. Around here you got about, I don't know, they used to know, but I think it's about 20 deer per square mile. That's the density. Now, of course, in some areas that takes into account the some cities and some clear cuts and things like that. But overall, in the county, you got about 20 deer per square mile, 18 to 20. So out there at your hunting club, that's probably 1,000 acres. It's probably, I don't know, is it a square mile or a little more? I mean, so at any given time, you probably don't have, but I don't know, 35, 40 deer on the whole club would be my guess. Now, they move in and out off of the adjacent club, but one feeder can feed a lot of deer. So that's just and another thing too. A lot of these studies are done on in controlled environments in different places. A lot of studies are done in Alabama, a ton of them in Texas, and you're taking what's going on in Texas and applying it here, and it may not be a perfect fit. So there's different things there, but 300 acres is a small tract of land in a deer's world. The average buck can range up to 7 miles in one day, so 300 acres, one feeder, that's probably a pretty good ratio. Now,
What you Google mapping over
Now
there?
there's two different things.
Pull up my hunting club looking at it.
You also got to look at this. If you're trying to put out feed to a track deer, then obviously you're going to have more than one every 300 acres. You may have 10 out there on 10 different deer stands. And those feeders, you're not putting your supplemental feed. You don't put supplemental feed out in every single feeder.
Oh,
you have a supplemental feeding
station. You'd get broke if you did.
You have a supplemental feeding station.
It's not a primary food source. Exactly. It's a supplemental feeder.
That's exactly what the word means. Supplemental. It's an additional feed, to help their antler growth and the health of the herd.
Yep.
Now, trust me, when the green stuff starts coming, you'll notice that you're not feeding them in that trough nearly as much because they prefer, and they will walk around through a food plot, around a feeder, and everything to get to an acorn. So
they walk through a pile of corn to get to an acorn.
That's right.
I don't care nothing about it. But yeah, I was just looking at my hunting club. I mean, I just this one block's 800 acres, and you theoretically you can't put but 2.5 feeders on that, right?
Well, you could put
you can put as many as you want. It's the suggested amount. It's overkill if you got more than 2 feeders on or 3 feeders. You need 3 feeders on your track.
Definitely need 3, at least 3. I agree. I'd have to have 3 on mine.
You only need 3, not at least.
Nah, I'm going to have 4. You know why? Because that's how many I need on my
own.
You're an
overachiever, that's why.
But the way it's laid out,
if you got to
look at the way it's laid out too. That's another thing. You have to look at the way your club is laid out. If you've got 400 or 500 acres that is long and narrow, you obviously, if you have 300 acres that's long and narrow, you probably need 2 supplemental feeders on it, not 1, 2. You got to look at the situation you're in, way your club's laid out, the surrounding land also. So I'm going to have to slightly disagree with what he said. It all pertains to the situation that you have.
You're kind of agreeing, but you just
I agree with what he says, but you got to look at the way it's laid out.
You believe in overdoing it, and that's fine.
I don't believe in overdoing it. I just believe in making sure there's enough out there because you got to look at the way the land is laid out. If you've got a long narrow strip, your deer are not going to just go on that long narrow strip of 300 acres.
If you build it, they will come.
So I agree with what he says because obviously the man's made a living doing it. I haven't. So just got to look at what applies to your situation.
You can make a living doing it good. You know you could.
Anyway, we'll have a caller calling in, a Redneck Guru. One of the callers here a while back, he mentioned his name, so I kind of pulled him up and got in contact with him. Hopefully he's going to call in here in the next few minutes. And it's getting about time for another break. Another segment here on the Good Outdoors.
Let's take it.
Flying by this morning. Flying by.
Oh, yeah. We talking about supplementing feeding. We'll probably hit some more on that when we come back. Thanks for listening to the Good Outdoors, guys.
Woo-wee! Sweet Tea Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Teas for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee!
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
You did it. You bagged that trophy of a lifetime. So who you going to trust to recreate that memory? Jody Hewitt at Artistic Wildlife is the man to call. With years of experience and an attention to detail that is unmatched, Artistic Wildlife is the taxidermist for deer, turkey, ducks, fish, and even a dadgum godforsaken rattlesnake, if you're one of those crazy folks. Details on Jody's brand new Artistic Wildlife studio in Adel, Georgia will be coming soon. Give Jody a call at 229-560-3062 or visit his website at artistic-wildlife.com.
Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors on a rainy Tuesday, I believe it is.
Good Outdoors with a Z.
Yeah, Good Outdoors with a Z. I don't ever say the with a Z. Anybody that's listening ought to know that it's got
they
a Z
already
on
know
the
we
end.
got a Z on the end.
That's right. Like us on Facebook at The Good Outdoors with a Z. We're up to about 7,100 likes now.
Thought you'd never say that.
I do when I'm giving the Facebook address.
What's the phone number, Steve?
I tell you, it's hard to be surrounded by people who have lesser minds than you. I've been dealing with that crap all my life.
We just seem lesser mind. We just don't have to think as hard as you do.
Got more going on in our minds than you.
Now, yeah, if I was to crack open your head, Daryl Sepple, it'd be like a cartoon in there. The Jetsons, beep, beep.
What's that red light blanket over there?
He has no idea.
Yeah, it just
Supplemental
does that.
feeding. We've been talking about the supplemental feeding and where to put the things out, and had a little disagreement on how many you put out. Daryl seems to think he knows more than a 8-year doctorate degree from the University of Georgia. So we'll let him have his little fun there and let him believe that. But we all know that is not right.
I do know what the phone number is here. It's 229-253-0995. Call in.
Call in. That's right. Just give us a call. State of the Union address tonight. We're not a political show, but we do encourage everybody to listen to whether you are pro-Obama or anti-Obama. You should listen to it. And if in fact that you do not, now Daryl's having a conversation over there, like he thinks that we can't hear him talking over there.
They can't.
Put the microphone over so everybody can.
No, he's turned it off.
He's turned his microphone off. Well, I can hear him loud and clear in my headphones.
I heard him say 253-0995.
Yeah, he's telling Redneck Guru what number to call.
I think that's probably what it is.
We got a call coming in. Good morning, caller. You were on the air. How you doing?
I think I might side with Daryl after working with the University of Georgia for 4 or 5 years while I was in college and seeing how they fudge on the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
You worked with him for 4 or 5 years. Well, how long was you in college?
Well, it was only a 2-year degree, but it took me 4 or 5 years to get it.
It don't matter. Let me ask you this right here. Since you've graduated and got your degree, have you ever had anybody ask you how long it took you to get your degree?
Well, it depends on who you're talking to. If it's my buddies around the campfire, they don't give a rip. If you apply for a job, they really want to know.
They think the degree's got something to do with the temperature.
And the problem is I ain't never earned $1 in the degree I got it in.
Okay.
How about them apples?
I hear you.
I like apples.
We appreciate.
The degrees don't have much. They don't have much worth in me.
No, they don't. Anyway,
I thought about y'all.
All right, appreciate you calling. We're going to answer the Redneck Guru on the other line. Listen in.
There you go.
All righty. Good morning, caller. You on the air? Okay, now. Good morning, caller. You on the air now?
Good morning.
How you doing this morning?
Oh, man. I can't believe y'all get up this early.
Now, we get up this early every morning.
I get up this early, I want to shoot something, man.
That's right. That's right. You would think a Redneck Guru never slept.
No, we don't sleep much. We do get a little bit of sleep.
I hear you. Well, I remember. I don't know if you would remember me. I'm pretty much a face you'd like to forget when you meet me. But down there at the Lakeland show last year, me and Stevie Crider talked to you just a little bit from the Hunting is Good booth.
Yeah. I've talked to a lot of people down there.
Oh yeah.
I remember the Hunting is Good. I remember that.
That's right. Well, what's going on in the Redneck Guru world?
Hey, we just got back from traveling around the world, like a bunch of gypsies.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We went out to way out Midwest up there in Topeka, Kansas, and there's a lot of cow pasture out there.
They sure are. They sure are.
We went down there to Texas where all the big hats were, and we went back over to just up Febuary, Georgia, just north of it.
Good deal. Georgia. Good deal.
The Georgia Outdoor Blast up there, huh?
Yeah, we went up there, hung out with them folks for a while.
Good deal. Well, now we've been talking about supplemental feeding this show, and I was telling people earlier this morning that you got a very nice feeder system there. You want to tell us a little bit about this?
Slow down. Not nice. I got the feeder.
That's right.
You get a nice feeder.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That thing is sturdy. The wind ain't gonna blow it over. It's
made. We decided, or I decided when I decided to put it, put it out on the market. Use only American steel. What the heck, all that Japanese stuff. It may not stand some of the wind we get here in America and all the rain and hurricanes and all them crazy things.
That's right.
But it's designed to feed supplementary feed, high protein, corn. I guess anything to go down through and go through the chute or the opening for the trough, you can put in there, and if the animal will eat it, they can eat it. But we basically made it for the high protein feed when we were first starting out. Give our deer something better to eat than no fat and corn.
That's right, and I noticed that it's kind of it's a little bit up off the ground, so I would imagine that the hogs don't do it too bad, do they?
Well, you've got a money back guarantee if you ain't satisfied with this feeder when it comes to hogs or coons. We find it where no waste. A deer don't feed out on the ground, so your other animals aren't going to hang around the feeder as much as they do a normal. Some of the other feeders I can talk bad about, none of them spin feeders or shoot feeders and none of them other ones, but this one don't have any waste, so the hogs and coons and stuff just don't hang out around it.
That's right.
They can't reach the trough area. We've raised it up to a height where we found that the deer can get to it, but the other animals can't. And that's right.
Now, do you have any tips? Let's say I buy one of your feeders and I'm ready to put it out. Do you have any tips of what time of year is best for putting the feeder out and getting the deer coming to it, or what to put in the feeder to get it started?
What I tell people is there is no one time better than the other. The best time is as soon as you can get one in the woods, you get it in the woods.
Yeah.
This time of year seems to be the best time to put it out because your acorns are all going away. Your other feed that your food plots are fixing to start growing up, and they will have a little bit less feed to eat in the woods, and they tend to take to the feeder quicker. A lot of people make the mistake of going out and buying one 3 days before hunting season, putting it in the woods thinking the deer just going to flock up there to it, and they're going to shoot them one. Well, that won't work real good. But this time of year, or the first of the year, in the spring is about the best time to get one started. But the main thing is keep feed in it and year round, and the deer will be able to, have a constant feed source there.
That's right.
And to get them started eating in it, the best thing to do is use the feed that the people are already using. If you've been feeding your deer fattening corn, go ahead and put corn in it to start with. When the deer start eating out of it, then you can change the feed gradually into something better for the deer. In other words, start mixing the corn with a high protein or mixing it with a mineral so the deer can get something out.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about before you called, that to start mixing it with the corn and then start gradually decreasing the corn content, and pretty soon you got them on a nice feed that's going to be beneficial to them.
It just makes sense that if we go down and eat junk food all the time, we're going to be not as healthy as if we eat something good.
Oh, I eat junk food all the time. I look pretty healthy.
I didn't say fat, man.
Hey, that's right. That's right.
What do they call that when you get a little age on you? It ain't fat, it's maturity. Man.
That's right.
I don't know. They keep calling me portly. I don't know what that means. But
now, you also outside of the feeders, you also market a pretty extensive line of calls.
Yeah, we have. We started the company mainly wilderness calls, meant the wilderness call in your back, and we go around the countryside and ask what kind of calls we have. We really didn't have none, so decided, hey, if people won't call, we get them some calls. We found a company that makes the calls exclusively for us, the ones we have, and we tested all of them before we actually put them on the shelf. If we can't call a deer or a turkey or something in with our calls, we'll take them off. We won't sell them. And, it just made sense to give the people something we're going to use. I ain't gonna, I could have 5 different kinds of grunters and all that, but I can't use 5. I can barely use 1.
Yeah, we know what you mean. That's what I like about your company. All jokes aside, you're 100% satisfaction, money back guarantee. I mean, that's putting your money where your mouth is right there.
That's the only way to be. Like I say, I'm just like on the feeders. I've had a couple of guys call me up, and one said, he had a big, huge hog jumped up on the feeder. And I can't stop no 500-pound boar from jumping up on it. He didn't eat out of it. I didn't want it. He's like, I told him I'd come get the feeder and give the money back. He used one of them colorful words with me and told me he'd shoot me if I come mess with his feeder. We're good.
Well, I tell you what, my opinion, if he's got a 500-pound hog hanging around his feeder, I believe he can get a lot of volunteers to come help him with that problem.
That's what I told you. He needs to learn how to shoot.
You're right.
Some guy tell me, well, turkey eat out of it? We had one eat out of it. If he did, I really wouldn't care. I like turkey breast.
Exactly. Well, I was looking at, I was going to talk to you about the turkeys. It's I'm sure some turkeys get up there and flap around and all that, but they don't really have a good ledge to sit on and just sit there and chow down. So it's probably
we had a video of a turkey on the feeder or eating out of the feeder. I can't say a turkey wouldn't eat out of it, but I have no evidence. I mean, somebody else can send me a picture of a turkey standing there stretching his neck up to the feeder. But the way the front's designed, I think if they tried to fly into it, number one, they'd have to get all the way into the feeder to be able to stand.
And then they'd be stuck.
And number 2, if he missed, he'd have a headache.
The wingspan on a turkey would probably hit the side of the feeder and scare them, and they wouldn't come back.
That's right. That's exactly right. It kind of takes care of itself. So now you also have a full line of T-shirts and jewelry.
That Guru Sportswear, man.
There you go.
You got to have a Guru Sportswear. I cut sleeves out of mine. I'm a true redneck. I got a lot of people.
I hear you.
They leave the sleeves in them, because I guess they don't want nobody to say, "Hey, that dude's a redneck." Me, I go everywhere with mine without those sleeves. I just chop them off.
There you go. Go.
All that. But, I started out. I decided, hey, we could put these fancy pictures on there and all that, but why all that? We just put simple sayings on there, truth sayings. Mole hunt, mole fishing. Yeah. Don't badmouth the farmer with your mouth full. Mm-hmm. I come from a farming background, and we believe in farming. I guess that's where I started hunting.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a real quick break for 3 minutes. Just hang on the air, and when we come back, we'll get into a little bit more. We'll talk to you off the air, but you're listening to The Good Outdoors. We'll be right back with the Redneck Guru.
It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
White Brothers Auto Supply is South Georgia's auto parts headquarters, located at 1106 West Hill Avenue in Valdosta, Georgia. White Brothers can cover the smallest auto part need, right up to a replacement engine or transmission. Serving Valdosta with an enormous auto parts inventory, you can rest assured that White Brothers has what you need. No matter if you're a do-it-yourselfer or an automotive professional, White Brothers has the right part at the right price. Stop by 1106 West Hill Avenue in Valdosta or call 229-244-8773 for all your auto part needs.
Matt Austin's is the best in town. Matt Austin's make you come on down. I don't think I can even wait. Those steaks are hand-cut fresh every day. Steaks and seafood put you in a good mood. I can't wait to get my hands on that food, 'cause that Austin's is all mine, and you know this one
talking 100% aged, Midwestern, grain-fed beef. When you want steak, Austin's Cattle Company. It's where a steak lover goes to get a real cut of steak. Log on, check them out on the website, austinscattlecompany.com, or better yet, just stop by, exit 16 off of I-75. Austin's. It's an addiction you never have to quit.
I can't wait to get my hands on that food.
Everyone knows that Eagle Auto Repair in Lake Park, Georgia is the best place to get your vehicle back in shape and keep it there. But did you know they are also a certified U-Haul provider? That's right. If you are moving somewhere or pulling a car or truck and need help, Eagle Auto Repair can hook you up. No matter if it's local or long distance, we've got you covered. Might as well leave your car for service while you move. That's multitasking. Eagle Auto Repair, 321 Lakes Boulevard in beautiful Lake Park, Georgia. Stop by or give Ronnie a call at 229-559-1999.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors, broadcasting live Monday through Friday from 99.5 Kicks Country, 4:30 a.m. to 6 a.m., soon to be 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. We got the Redneck Guru on the line this morning talking about all things wild, and we've been talking about his feeders, his T-shirt lines. He's got check out his website at wildernesscalls.com. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your doe and heat estrus. I've been hearing some good things about that. Tell us about it.
Well, there again, when we started the company, I decided, to get some estrus, and we had been around, tried a lot of other estrus, and it seemed like there was something wrong with them. All of them, either they were too old or they had something added to it. And everyone trying to get the edge, on the hunting industry.
Right.
Thinking, like a good redneck would, hey, why not just use what the deer like? They seem to like to eat, what they have in the woods. So I was thinking, the best estrus would be to use something that, a natural, real estrus. And we found a place to get the best stuff in the world. We put it in a bottle, and then we tested it. Took it out, put it on our Redneck Guru's applicator, which we string ourselves, put some little cotton balls on a string. That's what some guy told me, and I told him, I said, yeah, well, that thing you come into the show was a bunch of metal on rubber, and you didn't think of it either. But anyhow, that's another story. We actually put the trail cameras on it. Modern technology is a wonderful thing.
Now
We watched the deer come to the estrus, and then we started using it. And we marketed it and put it out on the market, and started getting some feedback from it. And I've had people call me every year, hey man, I got to have some more. In fact, I had a store in Leary, Georgia this year. Well, there be the little bitty store. I told the guy when I walked in there, I said, put this in your store, you're going to sell some of it. He told me later he thought I was just another salesman. He sold 5 cases of the estrus to some boys that hunted up there because they'd already used the estrus. I knew that because they'd ordered off the telephone the year before because the store I'd had it in, they couldn't get it anymore. But they got it there. And that was real good. It's pure. Each year, if I have any left, I dump it out. We try to go by all the stores that have it. If they have any left, we put fresh estrus in the place of it. We try. We may miss a bottle somewhere, but we try not to.
Right. Well, we got turkey season coming up. I know it's going to come in down there where you're at. That's the first turkey season in the United States, to my knowledge, for the old Osceola. And you got a line of wilderness turkey calls. So give us a rundown on that.
We have 4 different mouth calls. Everything from a triple reed to the scoop bat wing, and then we have a box call. It's a real pretty thing, and it actually sounds like a turkey.
That's a good thing. Good thing.
It's real good. The mouth call I like best because you don't have to have something in your hand.
That's right. That's right.
box call would be pretty, you know, and you could set it on the mantle there, and everybody come in and say, wow, that's some pretty box call. And actually, then you could take it out and hunt, turkey hunt with it. But
yeah,
the thing is, the mouth calls I find to be the best. And we have anything white, or I call them the white or the greeners, are the best ones for the beginners. But the other two are a little bit more complicated. They got the triple reed and the V cut and all that stuff.
Yeah, I tell you, turkey hunting has, you know, in the last 10 years has just exploded with the products on the market and the competitive nature of it. I mean, you can flip out a Cabela's or a Bass Pro Shops and see just a bluegillion turkey calls in there, and
yeah, the very last week you walked in one building, I thought I had walked into a flock of turkeys. There was a turkey calling in there. They had everything from a chalkboard there with a stick to box calls. I mean, there was just a bunch of them. I mean, we offer four different mouth calls and one box call. I don't have a slate call and a waterproof anchor call or none of them things. Just keep it simple, stupid.
The KISS theory.
That's right. Nothing wrong with that. Now, you where's your next trade show at? Where you lined up to go next?
We're going to go, I call it a pots and pans show out in New Orleans here. Not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. The next one to actually be in the area here would probably be the closest one going to be Raleigh, North Carolina, the Dixie Deer Classic. We're going up there in I think it's the first weekend in March.
Right.
And then we'll be back. We're going back to New Orleans over there. Seems to be a lot of oil money over there. But
Tap into that market real good.
Yeah, they got a bad coon problem up in them swamps. They got we started selling a few feeders over there, them folks, and we're gonna go back out there. Then this summer, July and August, we'll start back full swing. I think they moved the Lakeland show to Tampa, so for all the folks gonna go down to Lakeland, gotta go to Tampa now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We'll be there, and we're gonna be in up here at Atlanta's Gone shows. The Georgia Outdoor News, they put on a show up there, and then we'll be over in Birmingham. A little bit everywhere.
Everywhere. Yep.
You know, like I say, travel around the countryside like a gypsy.
Yeah. Now, let me get your perspective on this. I don't know that you attended it, but I know you know the Harrisburg controversy there in Pennsylvania, where
like the dude that did that. This is just a redneck guru talking. Probably one of them dudes that checking receipts down at Walmart now.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly right.
I don't know. He might be shaking a fry basket somewhere.
That's a marketing idiot.
Yes,
I'm
it is.
Sorry, this is America, dude.
Yeah.
We got a right to bear arms. That's in the Constitution.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess my biggest thing was, how would you, if anyone in their right mind, think that you got a show where everybody that's paid in to come in there, and you charge them, I don't know what they charged up there, never went up there. I was going to talk about it a couple of times. I wouldn't go now if you paid me.
No.
Everybody that comes in there, they either got a gun or somebody in their family has a gun.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're going to tell them that you're against guns?
Yeah, that's just crazy. Crazy.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He must been on some of that same stuff them liberals smoke. I don't know what.
Yeah, I tell you, you know what they don't understand is that they know what they did to themselves, because now they can look at their bank account and see the revenue they missed. But the problem is what they did to the community. All the people, all the hotels, the restaurants that were dependent on those hundreds of thousands of folks coming to that show, because it was one of the largest in the United States.
Well, it's the largest.
Yeah, and then it devastated it. I mean, can you imagine gearing up, buying inventory, getting ready for that show, and then them idiots making a decision like that? It'll make you mad now.
Well, I guess people had already made. Well, I know people had already made hotel reservations.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere we make ours a month in advance.
That's
so
right.
We get more to stay, and from what I understand, they'd already had stock shipped into the area.
Oh yeah,
with the vendors, and I just think that was financial suicide.
Oh yeah.
Like I say, I don't know who made that decision, I bet you he's one of them checkers down at Walmart now.
That's right. He ain't doing the same thing. You're right. But who knows? They were from Britain. That company is from Britain. They're not even from the United States, which is a whole nother thing.
I thought we had an American that was that stupid.
No, we're safe.
Shoot, it's all simple now.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't have but one of them. He's in office. So.
That's right. Yeah, Ronnie.
Said you weren't going to talk about your favorite person.
I'm sorry.
I don't think anybody heard that but me.
Oh man!
Well, we appreciate you calling in this morning, and we'll get you back on to get maybe a monthly update from you. It's been a pleasure to speak with you this morning. Thanks for getting up early.
Yeah, now that I'm awake, I'm just going about my day. I don't think I'll go back to bed now.
I hear you. Well, we're going to take some calls. I'm sure send some business your way. Appreciate you calling.
I appreciate y'all, buddy.
All right, thank you,
man.
All right, Redneck Guru, what a pleasure to speak with him. We got a call coming in. Let's see what we got on here. Good morning. You listen to The Good Outdoors. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
I'm over in northwest Bacon County.
Bacon County. All right.
Yes.
Home of the Red Raiders.
Yeah. I try to listen to your show every morning. I get up that early, but not every morning. But we've been having a lot of rain over here.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about the deer. Why is it we can't buy deer in a store or meat market or something? Why don't they let people buy it in a store?
Well, in Georgia right now, it's not a USDA controlled meat is the biggest problem. The government is not involved with it, which is not a problem. In some areas of the country, you actually can buy deer meat at a restaurant, but it's very, very few. So it's just not government regulated for the biggest thing, and there'd have to be so many steps to go through. It's not farm raised, for one. So it's not government controlled. That is the biggest reason you can't do it.
Yeah, it's just it's 100% regulation, like Darryl said. That it would have to be regulated. They'd have to get their paws in it and make sure that certain steps are followed, like the beef industry, the poultry industry, and of course the pork industry. I don't know.
It's some of the healthiest meats you can eat. So to be more healthy, we should explore options to be able to buy it more and more. That's why we go out and kill it ourselves so we can eat it.
Yeah, well, I've eaten it before. It's been given to me, and they do a lot of deer hunt in this area. But I don't hunt, and my husband don't either. But I just wish they had it free to buy it in the stores.
Yeah, well, we wish you could. You can write your congressman or send them an email and tell them you want it. That's how things like that get started. But I've always wanted to open up a restaurant, a wild game restaurant. I think it'd do real well. But I wouldn't know where to start. And probably the most pesky part of it is you actually got to have money to do that. So.
Yeah. Well, we were out visiting in Oklahoma, and there's restaurants out there that you can buy buffalo meat and stuff, so
that's right.
I just wonder why you couldn't buy deer meat like that around here.
It's the state of Georgia, the biggest daggone reason.
Yep, you're right. But we appreciate you calling in from Bacon County, Georgia.
We all have a good day.
All right, you too. Thank you. Good deal. I think
we got to take a break.
We got to take a little break here, and we'll answer the call when you get back. So call if you listen, and call back in 3 minutes here. So we'll take a break, be back in 3 minutes. You listen to The Good Outdoors.
There's a natural order to football tailgating. You can't invite your friends until you ignite the football rivalries. That's why football tailgating starts with an ice-cold Bud Light Lime. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. So go ahead and party it up right after you raise it up. Only the seasons change. Tastes don't. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the Lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime Flavored Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't. And when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the Lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime Flavored Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
You did it. You bagged that trophy of a lifetime. So who you going to trust to recreate that memory? Jody Hewitt at Artistic Wildlife is the man to call. With years of experience and an attention to detail that is unmatched, Artistic Wildlife is the taxidermist for deer, turkey, ducks, fish, and even a dadgum godforsaken rattlesnake, if you're one of those crazy folks. Details on Jody's brand new Artistic Wildlife studio in Adel, Georgia will be coming soon. Give Jody a call at 229-560-3062 or visit his website at artistic-wildlife.com.
Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. Now we know whether we don't let Daryl sit the microphone. But this segment is brought to you by Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail. Man, we was out there Sunday. It's a great place to be. We're going to have to hit a phone call right quick, though. Go ahead. Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing this morning?
Great, man. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good at work. What's the website to check out the Redneck Guru there?
It's wildernesscalls.com.
All right, I appreciate you. Have a good day.
Yeah,
appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir. Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail, man. Great place to be. Just go out there and see John Peak for all your outdoor needs, man. Let's take another call. Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country?
Morning, fellas. Y'all staying dry this morning?
Up in here we are, but I think it might change when we walk outside.
It's raining on me again going to work this morning. I'm about tired of rain, but
I know what you mean. That's a bad drive in when it's raining.
I think we're going to get more of it tomorrow versus today anyway. So.
Yeah, I think I saw Jaws swim past my job yesterday.
Hey, Bubba, you might need to get you a boat.
I'm going to call in this morning. I heard y'all had the Guru on there. Now, I have personally used this man's product.
Good deal.
I've used his doe estrus. The first year I used it, I killed a 240-pound 8-point.
I remember you telling us about this a while back. I do remember that. Yep.
And then I killed that 11-point last year. It also makes a line of scent killers.
Dirt scent and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one's an earth scent now. The first year he had that, I bought a bottle of it. I said, what the heck, I'll try it. Went out one morning, covered down in it good. Got to my stand, I was using a climber and realized I forgot my safety harness. Now I'm 5'10", I weigh 260 pounds. My big butt don't climb a tree without a harness.
I hear you.
You don't sound that big.
I just went up 4 or 5 foot, just to get up off the dirt. And about 8:30 that morning, I had a 6-point that walked in, and when he stopped, we were eye level, and he was not 4 foot away from me.
Stare down.
He stood there and looked a second, and then he just kind of, because I was sitting right on the edge of a little clear cut, he just kind of looked at me for a second, and then leaned out and looked around, and like he was waiting for a car to come by or something, and then he just walked right on out in that clear cut, and I sat there and watched him for about 10 minutes, and he was within 10 foot. If I'd had a rock, I could have thrown it, probably knocked him out with it.
That's pretty good there.
And that sold me on this scent killer right there. I said, this stuff's got to be pretty good because, I've used just about everything out there on the market and been busted with it. But so far I have not been busted using his Earth scent killer.
Yeah, he's got a great line of products. He's a great guy too, and he's passionate about it. And like you said, he don't market it unless he truly believes in it. And you know, when you're out there in the public like he is, telling everybody, hey, this stuff really works, you can feel it. You can feel it coming from him. He's not just selling it to you. He's telling you, here, buy this, and it will make you a better hunter. So, big difference, man.
That's exactly right. Matter of fact, a couple of years ago up at the Sunbelt Ag Expo, they have in Moultrie every year. He's up there every year, and I was standing there talking to him because I had sent the pictures of that big 8-point in to him, and we was talking about it and all. And the guy come up there and was wanting to know, you know, a little bit more about his product, and I kind of chimed in and gave him my opinion, showed him pictures of deer, and this fella wound up buying about probably $50 worth of his estrus and all kind of stuff. And the guru said, you know what I'm going to do for you? I said, what's that? He turned around and handed me one of his shirts, and everybody that sees it loves it, because on the back of the shirt it says, my priorities, morning hunt, noon hunt, hoe hunt, and afternoon hunt.
That's right. That's a good one there. Good.
But I think it's a good thing y'all had him on that show this morning. Anybody listening, I highly recommend buying the man's products, and it don't cost no more than going out there and buying the tints or the whitetail sections. It's all right there in competitive price range with them.
There you go. Appreciate you calling in and sharing that with us. You be safe out there.
All right, y'all too.
There you go, an in-the-field endorsement for the Redneck Guru, wildernesscalls.com. We're going to hurry it along a little bit. We got to go right into the Rusty Nut weather report, and give us the report and give us what you think there, Rusty.
I'm not going to give you what I think. I'm going to tell you it's currently 62 degrees. High today of 69, 30% chance of rain. Winds are going to be east-northeast at 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow, high of 72. Tomorrow night, low of 47. Tomorrow is going to be thunder bumpers everywhere. Chance of rain 60%. Winds be west-southwest at 14 miles per hour. Thursday, cloudy. High of 64 degrees. 10% chance of rain. Winds north-northwest at 5.
What was the low tonight going to be?
The low tonight is going to be 65.
Not going to be a lot of temperature change between now and tonight. That's pretty neat. Yeah, that low pressure system's keeping that bad storm, I think, pushed up a little bit from us. But hopefully we'll still get some rain there. So anyway,
so.
I don't know. I don't know about the prognostication you made yesterday, though. I don't know if that frog strangler's coming. I hope it does, but I don't know if it will.
Well, I got part of it right. It was raining at 4 o'clock this morning.
It was.
I hope we get some rain. Oh, excuse me. I hope we get a lot of rain.
Not going to be It's not going to be a great fishing day.
Well,
at the peak, it just barely eases up into excellent. Just between about the same time it was yesterday, between 8 and 9.
Mm-hmm. They call that a pattern. 2 days in a row there.
2 days in a row. Yep, that is a pattern, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All both of them.
Sad news today. Ben & Jerry's has discontinued the wavy gravy flavor of ice cream.
Oh, man.
Doggone it.
I've never had it.
I haven't either.
I don't eat much ice cream, y'all.
No, I don't. You can tell that I don't. I think Ronnie probably does, but that's just a guess.
I like anything cold.
Oh, boy. You like your roast beef cold?
I'll eat it cold.
But do you like it cold?
If I'll eat it, I like it.
Well, he just said he likes it cold.
Not necessarily. My wife cooks dinner some nights, and I eat it. I like it.
Man, sometimes things just have to kind of slap you in the forehead before you really get it, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you don't.
I really don't. You're just flapping your gums like bulldog, or excuse me, puppy dog.
Wow.
You're over there. You're over there talking about absolutely
everybody out there. Everybody out there. See, you're gonna shut up. Everybody out there in the Good Outdoors Nation. You believe this guy just said that I talk too much? What? Really?
I never said. If you play the tape back, I never said anything about you talking too much.
Talking about me flapping my gum
and saying nothing. That's what I said.
Wow,
man, y'all funny.
That's what I
said. Y'all are hilarious, I swear.
Holy moly!
I don't have time for closed-minded people.
You very rarely take time for yourself, do you?
Tomorrow
about others.
Tomorrow on the Good Outdoors Radio Show, we're gonna have a turkey hunting trivia contest. So y'all pay attention, stay tuned. We're going to ask some questions early in the morning and give away some stuff and see who's listening and what you know about turkey hunting. That's what we're going to do.
The T3 tip of the day is to deploy your supplemental feeding stations now in the dead of the winter for maximum results. You can go by T3 Outdoors on Perimeter Road there. See Mitch about all your bow needs, Judd and Andy Armilio, the crew there about your rifle needs, anything that you need to get outdoors and enjoy it. They got feed there. He probably has some supplemental feed. If he doesn't, he can point you in the right direction. So we appreciate T3 supporting us with the tip of the day. And I don't know what Daryl's doing over there, but it ain't got nothing to do with the good outdoors.
It does, too. It's a Dodge Ram truck.
Does.
Yes, it was.
Dodge Ram truck, yeah.
Dodge Ram truck.
I saw a spoof they made on that commercial on the internet yesterday where they said, God made a farmer, during that Super Bowl commercial, one of the greatest commercials ever. Well, they did a spoof called God Made a Liberal, and it's absolutely hilarious. Go to YouTube, check it out.
I saw somebody put on somewhere on Facebook last night on my page, on the 8th day, God made a hunter. I think it was a hunter. So, yep.
Well, he did good there.
Yeah, he did. Tomorrow, like I said, I can't push this enough. Y'all want some one sauce, you call in for it because we're going to be giving some away.
I want some one sauce.
We may have a T-shirt. He's bringing you a couple of cases tomorrow that you can sell down there at Eagle Auto Repair.
Yep, that's the place to come get it.
I got my oil change down there Saturday morning. Well, you come by while you're going on your fishing trip.
If you put one sauce down at Eagle Auto Repair to sell, I hope Al goes down there and does an inventory about once every other day because I believe the inventory is going to come up short down there. That's a bunch of men down there that likes barbecue, and I just don't see that working out real well.
Thank goodness it's not going to be on consignment. I'm just going to go ahead and prepay him for it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, but there's plenty of places to get the one sauce. T3 Outdoors, there's 5 Ash Grocery, soon to be Eagle Auto Repair. Yes, sir. And tomorrow morning, if you answer a trivia question correctly about turkey hunting, you could possibly win one.
Can I win one?
No.
You're disqualified.
You have to pay. You're disqualified.
That is correct.
Funny how that always works out.
Man, I hear the Good Outdoors calling my name again. When that song comes on, I'm ready to get after it, buddy.
What's happening? Bubba Jack's Crab Shack tomorrow night. Now $7.99 oysters on the half shell, baby. Can't get no better than that.
You can't get too many of them either.
You can order them as many times as you want.
That's right. Hey, I've had a good time, guys. Good talking to Good Redneck Guru this morning. Ready to get after it. Y'all have a good day in the Good Outdoors.
See ya. See ya.
Toodles.
You've been listening to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Darrell, and Ronnie. Join us every weekday at 4:30 when we'll do it again.